Going on, people? Gonna head out. Some more people get up in this joint. What's going on? What's cracking? I've been in all day, man. Tired. Think get ready to head out though. Tap in a little bit. Function. Chilling with a female. Chilling with a man. Whatever whatever's float your boat. Y'all out tonight, huh? Yeah, that's what's up. You gotta have a life, man. You just can't be sitting around, man, being on the internet all damn day. You got to live a little bit. Some people just sit down in the internet and play on their phone all damn day, laying down butt naked or in their drawers, their panties, or in their bra, and they just be sitting out there, man. Go or something like that. You know how that go. You know how that is, man. What's up, Frank? I seen you in 600 Live. He don't even block you. He don't even send you up out of there. He needs to send you. He need to time your ass out because you just be putting all them type of rats all up in his chat. I time your ass out, or you just be up in there trolling. I don't know what you be doing. You just be sitting back just trolling. What's going on, brothers? How y'all doing, man? Assalamu alaikum, man. It's good night. I'm finna head out. I gotta be somewhere about 10:30. I'm gonna make them wait a little bit because they be making me wait. So I'll get there when I get there, break some backs a little bit, chill out. Y'all know how that go. No, just, he just sent a trial date. I have some more. I have some more. I have some more information. What's up, Charlie? How you doing? I have some more information for you, bro. It's just saying, when you're dealing with trials, man, you're just not gonna go in there and get information right away, right away, right away. It's only certain information he's gonna expose uh to the world and stuff like that. But he has a pretty good idea who's is compromised. I know that for a fact. So he might not say nothing. What's up, MT? What's going on? You know how that is, bro. Sometimes you don't want people to know everything about you. So and he has to be careful on what he says. He's not like loose cannon. Loose cannon he just talk too much. You got when you fight for your life, you got to be quiet, man. You got to think, be quiet, strategize certain things, man. You just can't just be sitting there running off at the choppers, man. You know, I'm sure he know what's going on the internet, man, because I'm sure he talked to his family. I know he talking, bro. What do you mean, Frank? Everybody know he talking, man. He been compromised, bro. He been working. I don't know how people don't see that, man. The man been working, bro. The man switched gears, man. One day he's like this, one day he's like that. I truly believe that he was trying to line whack 100 up, bro. I swear to God, I believe that. I always believe that. I used to tell 600 that, man, long time ago, like a year, almost 2 years ago. I was like, man, that dude was working, bro. That dude trying to line whack up because he just came out of nowhere. You just don't come out of nowhere like that, man. And just get on the scene. Yeah, just like his pops. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, because in that no jumper incident, if you seen that no jumper incident, you watch the tape, man. Watch how he got out because when he fired on Jay Reed, it really didn't phase Jay Reed, so he had to pull his burner out. Because if you know how to get out, he would have stayed on top of the man. He didn't stay on top of the man. So what he did, he fired on the dude. He seen that the dude wouldn't go all the way down, so he panicked. He pulled his burner out. So when you pull your burner out, it incite more fear, and anybody gonna be more cautious on how he get out, or how he gonna think, or he gonna fight you or something like that, man. Because you want your life, you ain't gonna fight no man with no gun, bro. you know. So and he hit the man in the head with the gun. I was like, man, this dude, man, come on, man. He had the dude on the ground. All he had to, that's why he don't know how to squabble, because all he had to do was just and just get on. He put out his Obama phone and called the boys stupid. He hit him in the head, right? He hit him in the head, bro. It's like that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, man, that's why I be saying, telling y'all, you guys, when y'all be hearing this stuff and seeing this stuff on the internet, you have to analyze that shit, man, and dissect that stuff, because if dudes know how to fight, and even if I'm strapped and I get on top of you, you're done. You're done. See, he was on top of the man, but it didn't phase the man. No strength behind it, no oomph behind it. He didn't put him in no chokehold. He didn't do none of that stuff. He just, pulled out the gun, and then all them other dudes came in and just, come on, man. That was some straight coward shit, man. That right there was a play to me for the world to see that this dude trying to convince the world that he's like that, and he's really not like that. Man, his father was from 60s, I think from 84 to, no, 85, yeah, 84, 85, 85 into, man, I don't know, man. I think just a couple of years, I guess. It wasn't a hoax. It was for real. He just didn't know what the hell he was doing. He don't know how to squabble. He don't know how to get out. And then I seen a couple of another fight he had, and they was fighting like on the side of a wall or something like that. And he was like, man, I was like, what the fuck was that? So I was like, yeah, but you can tell, bro, when dudes, you know, um, know how to get out. People fake like how you finna pull a gun and not fight. Yeah, man, them dudes, yeah. But some dudes, they'll hit you, and when you can't phase them, they gonna pull a gun on you. Yeah, it was from the shoulders. Yeah, you're right, MT. Anytime you was fighting back in our day, you was fighting from the shoulders. Yeah, man, he need to get down with Big U, man. Big U will beat the shit out that dude, bro. I'm gonna tell you something about the dude, Big U, bro. If you are in a small space with him and he grab you, you're done, because he knows certain techniques. I know him, he know him. A lot of brothers that grew up in our era, we know these techniques, and you're not gonna get away, man. And I know damn well, man, that dude was anything. He was in any type of pros comfort zone of Big U. Big U, fuck that dude up, man. And he don't even got to sock him. All you got to do is grab his ass, and he's done. That's right, AJB. That's right, bro. They sure do that. So, man, like I said, man, when I be on here, brother, I'm gonna call a ball, and strike a strike. 'Cause dude, just because me and Big U don't rock with each other, dude be asking me stupid ass questions. Yeah, I seen him knock out people too. Yeah, I done seen him knock people out, Frank. Um, Dudes be thinking that I'm gonna sit here and just nah. I'm just gonna tell the truth. I'm just gonna tell it like it is, bro. If the man was a joint, was the man was getting down in our era? Yes, he was. Was he around? Hell yeah, he was. Was he a part of our group? Hell yeah, he was. You know what I'm saying? Was he running the '60s? Hell no, he wasn't running the '60s. Hell no. We all had a say. We all was joints. Um, he was just a part of the crew, just like all of us was, bro. You know, now certain dudes was probably scared back then. There was certain dudes scared of him, certain dudes scared of me, certain dudes scared of a lot of brothers around there. But hey, if you was a joint, hey bro, you was a part of that elite crew because it was an elite crew. Then it was another crew. You know how that stuff goes. It's like a pecking order. So if he's a part of that group, you can't take that from him. You know. But you just can't say he was just the one that made the 60s. That's bullshit. You just can't say he was the leader of the 60s. That's bullshit. He wasn't none of that. He was just a part of the group, bro. And he was one of the ones that knew how to squabble. He knew how to fight, bro, for sure. So, and that's just what that was. Nah, bro, that's bullshit. Not in our era, bro. That's the internet. See, like I told you, bro, it's like in our era, bro, there's no way that nobody in our era was scared of him, bro. Period. None of us, bro. I'm telling you, bro, none of us. We used to argue with that Negro, man, just like, we're like, nigga, F you. You know what I'm saying? We used to argue with that dude like that, bro. He used to argue with us like that and shit like it. Just like how that stuff go, man, back and forth with homies and stuff like that, man. But it's not gonna be to the point where we were scared of him. Hell, fucking no, man. That's hell no. We wasn't like that, bro. Now when we all see, it was a tidal wave where they came and got all of us and started putting us all in jail. And like I said yesterday, that when he came home, when he came home, he probably seen the busterism around him because there's a lot of dudes that was around there, bro, that when we was around, all of us around, they were scared to come around. They was probably claiming the neighborhood, but they were scared to come around. But when you like, just like when I got home, when I came home, I was like, this dude, and because I was shocked and I was appalled. I was like, man, dude, you's a buster. But these dudes acting like they, I'm like, man, I still believe that them dudes still is the same person. They just putting on this persona. And they really not acting like that because a lot of them dudes never been to the penitentiary. A lot of them dudes never been in jail. A lot of them dudes ain't never put in no work. A lot of them dudes ain't had no fights or nothing like that. But they try to be at the top of the food chains now. And I look at them because one dude said, "Hey man, I seen such and such, man, your big homie, man." I said, "Dude, huh?" Man, I got to telling that dude, man, that dude was so much a buster, man. That dude got mad at me, bro. He's like he wanted to cry. I was like, dude, the dude's a buster. He look at facts, baby. Oh, yeah, you crazy. Why you say that, facts? Yeah, hey, little Tito, we all played a role, bro. Ain't no leader from over there, bro. You know, so it's like, bro, it's like, dudes play their role over there, bro. And it's like I said, man, it's dudes around there now. You still have a few dudes that's joints over there now, bro. But the majority of the brothers that was with that they removed themselves away from that already, bro. We live in Busterville now. We're not in the neighborhood. We're not, political politicking or nothing like that. We just living our lives, bro. We don't have time for that shit. So nah, he wasn't pushing no line out there with us like that, bro. We all pushed the line, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. Look, you had a cold lineup, man. You had Keita Rock, PD Wag, Lil Feet, Big U, Slim, me, Peanut, um, Lil Earl Dog. Man, you had a bunch of dudes, Creep. Man, you had a bunch of dudes joint, Lil No Good, man. You had so many dudes, Spooky and everybody, bro. We had, brother, we had we had crews over there, bro. Dudes was joints over there, man. Slep Rock, man. Everybody said so many brothers, man. I can't even name them. Big Cat, all them dudes, man. Cat man, oh man, dude, we was joints. And it was like we were just with the business. It wasn't the point, man, that we was running around there scared. Oh man, Big U coming. Oh my God, Big U. Nah, bro. Fuck that. Man, we wasn't scared of that shit like that, bro. Come on, man. Everybody think and everybody think, yeah, big lonely, little lonely, bro. Everybody, man. But they didn't push a line against the oppressor. Nah, bro, P Brown, they didn't. That's a fact. We was stupid like that, bro. Uh, I think the more the older you get and the educated more educated you get, you start you start getting to the point where you know who your real enemy is. No, they don't look at him. We don't look at him like that. Yeah, bro, they got that stuff twisted, man. That's why I be saying, man, dudes don't really know the history. And I was seeing a thing about Monster, and they saying that he like a dude named Jay Blade from the neighborhood, and they say Monster cut his arm off and brought his arm over there to man. That ain't never happened, bro. That was a lie. And I seen the girl. I ain't gonna say her name, but the woman that's tried to confirm that that was a lie, bro. Bro, we ain't never had no homeboy named Jay Blade. Monster ain't never did. Brother, I don't even think Monster even unalive no brothers over there, bro. I think he the only time he did something, he shot little bro in the ass, and when he was in jail, he was whooping dude's ass, man. And I don't know who ass he whooped in there. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I just know some of the stories that he had, like other dudes from other sets, man, doing his bidding and all that type of stuff, tripping on certain homies and stuff like that. But other than that, bro, man, nah, bro, Big Rick, brother, Big Rick is older than us, bro. You got to understand, I wasn't a part of that era, bro. He Big Rick way older than us, bro. But what Big Rick, I think he about like 65, 66, 67, like 10 years. I think he like 10 years older than us, bro. So we wasn't hanging with them back then, man. With that first generation, brother, we wasn't even thinking about jumping off no porch or uh, being around there doing that, man. I know me, I was playing sports, so I know I wasn't thinking about that, and I wasn't living over there at that time. And then none of them dudes was like that, bro, because a lot of them brothers was just hustlers and stuff like that, trying to get money here, being boosters and shit like that, bro. Dudes wasn't thinking about no gang. So a lot of them dudes was factors over there, bro, from the gangsters. You had, Fatty Daddy, you had Gangster Brown, you had Slowpoke, you had Crazy D, you had Little Spike, man, Big Spike, man, you had the Timmy Tuckers, you had Mad Bones, a bunch of them. See, that's why I say, bro, it's so many dudes, you just can't name them all, bro. It's impossible for you to name them all because back then, bro, everybody's with was with the business, just like the Hoovers, the Comptons, the Watts, the Bloods, man. And if you was a Blood back then, bro, you had to be with the business because you was totally outnumbered. So you had to stand on your feet. You had to stand on your 10 toes, man. Being a Damu, So it was like, man, you just can't. That question, factors. It was so many of them, brother. You just can't name them all, bro. Yeah, everybody did their part, bro. That's what I'm saying. A section, one person don't make a section, bro. It's a group of individuals. It's a group of dudes that's out there pushing the line. Yeah, you're right about that, Pete. But you know what, though, Pete Brown? If you paying attention to it right now, they gentrifying a whole lot of stuff, bro. Gentrification, man. I'm telling you, bro, go in the Harlem's now. Go in the '60s now, bro. Um, I give it like 4, 5 years. You ain't man, but before that Olympics come, man, they gonna clean all that stuff up, bro. They ain't playing no games. The smaller sets too, bro. The smaller sets too, man. It doesn't matter. I don't know why he said that, bro. I don't know. That's something that you gotta ask him, Frank, man. Everybody have a different story. Yeah, bro. It's peaceful where I'm at, bro. I can walk around and sucker all night, man, and never get bothered, bro. And it's like people are not with that people is not all with that that being a pessimist. People not being with all that negative energy, man. But when you go in even when you go in the inner city now, people are really not like that either, bro. You just got like a small handful of dudes. It's like that, bro, because you can see, man, that everything is starting to decline. If you look at the murder rate now, brother, it's at the lowest level. If you look at the penitentiary rate now, it's at its lowest level. Um, People don't have time for that shit no more, bro. People is not trying to be going to jail or trying to die or trying to do anything to that nature, man. People out here too busy drinking, smoking, partying, trying to mess with women, trying to mess with men, and man, people don't give a shit about that old gang banging, sick ass, stupid ass shit, bro. They can think what they want to think, you know. That's on them. Yeah, you don't have to look over your shoulders, brother. Where I stay at, where I go, bro, I always go to places, man, where that and I'm not saying it's nothing gonna happen, bro. I'm not never gonna say that because anything can happen at any given moment. I don't care who it is or nothing like that. I truly believe that the white people are more crazy than the black. Uh, um, that they think they in think they entitled, that they'll crash out on you, bro. You know, their own people. They're more they're the biggest serial killers on the planet Earth. So when the white folks crash out, they crash out on a whole group of people, right? So it's like you be comfortable, but you always be mindful of where you at, or you don't get into it with certain dudes or certain people, man, because like I'm where I'm at, man. It's a lot of law over there. So you get into an argument with one of them dudes, man. They'll think in their mind, in their feeble mind, you get into one of them dudes, and they'll think they have the power to blow your head off, to have the power to oppress you, or something like that. So you just got to be mindful. But if you just kick back and lay back and just chill, you don't have them problems, bro. Period. You can go to places. I go to like this little. It's like a little bar up the street from me, man. They be playing pool a lot, and I go up there, man, and just be up in there playing pool. Everybody up in there be drunk as a skunk, and I be the only one sober up in there, bro. And I just be playing pool, and you be having like firemen's in there, police up in there. You have a bunch of women up in there, doctor, nurses, um, different type of ethnic groups up in there. Moncrief. Yeah, I got a lot of stories on Moncrief. Um, it's like you'll just see a lot of you. It just be it's just chill town. They take out their own parents over argument. Yeah, yeah, they will do that, bro. You ain't lying about that. He said the only time I go to the neighborhood to see my daughter when I come to town. She bought that house in over here. Yeah, bro. I don't even. I try not. I don't even be honest with you, bro. I don't even take jobs in the ghettos, bro. I don't do it, man. I leave that to other individuals. If the job is ain't on these webs like at the Marina or Pacific Palisade or Hollywood, Beverly Hills, Brentwood, or the West Side, that's where I'm at. I don't take jobs inside the United States ghettos. And there's nothing. I'm not afraid of it. I just don't like the element, bro. I don't. I don't like the element. I don't like the possibilities or certain things going wrong, man. It's just too crazy, bro. Yeah, I think the last time I was over there, I was at a T-Mobile and I seen these two dykes outside fighting, and I was like, man, what the hell is that? First, they was inside the T-Mobile. They was arguing, and I was like, man, two women emotions like it's like the emotions of a woman is unbelievable sometimes, bro. And two women messing with each other, I'm like, man, I know them emotions just be just off the chain. So they was outside fighting and carrying on. They went outside fighting. I was like, man, I got the hell up out of there, man. I messed around and walked out the place without doing what I was supposed to do, and went to another T-Mobile on my side of town. I got the hell up out of there. Yeah, so that's what that be, man. So any stories about Moncrief? Yeah, I know probably if you had to step away about the good things in life, let the past go and let it back and lighten up how to get free from the mind. Yeah, that's right, P Brown. See, the thing is, man, like. when I be trying to talk to brothers and a lot of people, man, they be tripping off me when they be find out who I really was and who I am. And I be telling them, I be like, bro, I tell them the truth, bro. You know, they be like, I said, bro, I was stupid, I was young, I was naive. Uh, I don't think nobody should glorify the penitentiary, glorify the county jail, glorify 4800, even though we know certain stories. We should never glorify, the tragedy or the murder of anybody, beating up anybody or harming anybody. We should never glorify that. But the thing is, you tell the story to get them to understand that when you do stuff like this, your potential reward is this, and that. It's a stupid reward behind all the ignorance, all the stupidity. Yeah, he was around Calvin Smith and Moncrief, bro. When I first got to the penitentiary, Moncrief will whoop your butt, bro. Moncrief had hands. Moncrief will whoop on you, man. I'm talking about Moncrief will beat the living dog up out of you, bro. Uh, Tobias, you said that's maturity, but when you dumb, that's a badge and a boast. Right? That's a stupid badge and boast, Tobias. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, bro, on some real shit, man. It's like when you're conscious, you're gonna be a conscious individual, man. When you see something happen and it bothers you. I seen this blue youngster get killed, man. I think he was from Hoover, and my mother stayed on like 75th between Figueroa and Hoover, and my mother knew the lady son that got killed, and I was over there one day, bro, and that woman never ever got back to her normal day life, her way of life, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like, bro, you just it was like, man, it's like, man, that bothered me like a mug, man. I was like, man, that's crazy, man. That woman lost her son and she couldn't even function no more, bro. The domino effect, man, behind certain stupidity and certain action that a lot of brothers inside certain communities inside the United States ghettos, what they do, bro. We don't even pay attention to the domino effect. We glorify that bullshit. We used to glorify that bullshit, brother, and we never, ever used to think how that affected other people. You know what I'm saying? So, especially when the injustice has been done. That's why when I look at my little brother, man, I see the injustice that he was done. He was stupid for you and trying to follow me, but I see the toll that it took on my family. So I understand, in its totality, brother, the domino effect. 10 by 10, 2007, bro. I seen three homies get killed, 115 and 2.11, bro. Right, bro. Tobias, I'm telling you, bro. That's exactly what it is, bro. It's like, man, it's like in the cold part, bro, when you become a conscious man, you can be having, like, say for instance, when you're young, you'll have grudges against certain dudes. Uh, what's the truth? Why Nipsey gone? I don't know yet, Derek. I don't understand. I don't know yet. We still working on that. Um, it's a trip, man, when you have grudges against somebody when you're younger, but when you get older, it's like it start to basically just fade away, because you start understanding, man, that when you're young, a lot of times, man, dudes do stuff because they don't have no knowledge. They don't understand what the hell they really doing, bro. You know, dudes really don't understand, bro, that they do it because ain't none of us infallible, none of us perfect, right? So when dudes see other dudes make a mistake or something like that, dudes be trying to do something to them, kill them, or bro, that stuff is crazy, man. It's like, man, it's like me personally. If one of my comrades did something, one of my homeboys did something, or one of my brothers did something, and I see that, and they did something like that, and they were still trying to come come across a part, be a part of something, the structure or the gang or something like that, I'd tell them to leave. I'd be like, bro, you need to leave, bro. You get up out of here, man. You done, man. Just get up out of here because you never want, especially when you know a dude and you know his family, you never want to see a brother get killed like that in that faction, bro. Just think of how the mother that lost two and three sons. Right, right, Calvin. Right. So you got to understand, man. It's like, man, you got to be a heartless dude, man, to even just think of, upon them lines. That's to even go down that type of page, man. Because it's like, man, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. I lost a little brother when I was in the penitentiary in 1993, bro, and it like shredded me to the point because I knew that if I would have never been in jail, he would have never been over there. He'd never have to work. He would have never been around that. He would have still been over there with me. He'd have been cool. He would have been okay. You know. So that's the thing, man. It's like you start to understand, brother, the significance of a person life. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Slim Mac, bro? What's going on? So you'll understand in its totality. Hey, P Brown, I'm gonna tell you, like, they have opportunities. You know what the problem is? It's the economics. You got to give. You have to have something in place. Was gonna attract the youngsters. And the only thing that's going to attract the youngster, brother, is the economics. So, say for instance, man, if you got a program or organization, something like that, that they can hire a whole bunch of brothers, like a whole bunch of hard heads around there, bro, they'll flock through that. And about time, I give them like 3, 4, 5 months. And about time they start going to work every day, they know they getting paid. They got a family they got looking for something forward to. They not out there, man, putting themselves in harm's way. They gonna start to getting adapt to what they got going on in the workforce, and they gonna slowly but surely start moving away from the bullshit, bro. Because once you start working, bro, you don't have a lot of time to go over there and do no bullshit. You're gonna be too tired. You're gonna go home. You're gonna work out. You're gonna smoke. You're gonna do whatever you're gonna do. If you got kids, you're gonna have to have more responsibility with your kids. You got a wife. You're gonna do all that type of stuff, bro. So it slowly but surely, bro, you start moving them dudes away from that, bro. That's the only thing they need, man, is the economic opportunity, brother. Because the ghettos mean lack of opportunity, a poverty stricken area. So if they had that, bro, you got to get a job to the youngsters. You don't get a job to the old heads. You get a job to the youngsters because the youngsters are still out there wild and going crazy and stuff like that. I mean, pull up and they be like, man, y'all want jobs? They're hanging out. They ain't doing shit. They want jobs. I'm not gonna say they're all gonna get jobs. All of them gonna work, but I guarantee if you have 10, eight, I tell you, 7 out of 10 gonna want a job. Period. Because they're gonna see that all that other stuff is not working, man. So it's just like an opportunity, man. But you keep on drilling that in their head, and now if they see that all their homies got jobs, everybody else gonna want to get jobs. Simple, man. It's like it's simple, bro. I don't think it's too hard for brothers to see what the change can be, man. If the change is gonna be something, it's economics, bro, and they can work for it. If they can get somewhere where they can work for what they got going on, bro, they gonna do that. They ain't gonna have time for the streets. They ain't gonna have time to slide on nobody. They ain't gonna have time for all that other bullshit. Unless you just straight up just off a whole bunch of drugs and just lazy all outdoors. But I'm not saying you can't save everybody, but you can save 60 to 70% of them for sure. That's right, Tobias. Right. There used to be a time, Black Little City, but now you can't do it now, bro. P Brown, ain't no kids hanging out killing each other where you are. They are in the studio or while with their family structure is being destroyed. Right. You're right, bro. And it's like it, and I'm gonna tell you, bro, you can take a kid out the ghettos and move him somewhere, brother, into a like you can move him into a suburb area. He ain't gonna want to go back to the ghettos no more, bro, because he gonna see different opportunities. He gonna meet different individuals. I'm telling you, bro, it's different. It's the environment. It's the culture of the environment, bro. Whatever culture is going on in that environment at that time, it's gonna be that, bro. You know, you got all these kids working, you got all these Asian kids working, you got all these black kids working now, you got all these Hispanic kids working, and sometimes, bro, I trip off that, man, because it's like he said, I seen Brown said, jobs don't hire inner city youth until they wait till they get old and tell us we have no experience and give us lower. Nah, that's not true, bro. That's not true. Hashim, that's not true, bro. You know what it is, bro? It's like dudes don't be want to go to work, bro. They have opportunities, man. They don't want to take advantage of the opportunity because they don't have nobody on their bumper. You know, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. My skill set, what I knew before I even started gang banging, bro. I knew how to plumbing, electrical, brother. I know all that stuff, brother. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, because my father, man, my stepfather taught me all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We be having opportunities, bro, and we don't take advantage of the opportunity. So we don't take advantage of opportunities, man, because we think we know better. And we really at a young age, bro, we don't know better. It has to be somebody on your bumper. It has to be, man. Somebody has to be on your bumper. I'm talking about like physically on your bumper to get you to understand what the hell going on. And then sometimes, man, a dude can get in trouble just a little bit, and then he'll get up out of there. He'll stop. Nah, that's not true either, Black. I'm telling you, bro. You get out of them ghettos, you'll see. I done seen a lot of brothers, man, get out the ghettos, man, and they just change. They still have, they know they experience. They know they forget. They ain't gonna forget where they come from. Salam alaikum, Maki. But they're not gonna be acting like that no more, bro, because they're gonna be conscious on how they act. You know, I had like a one of my ex comrades. I was trying to bring him around my environment and meet and have them to meet with some people. Uh, I have a construction company, bro. I have one. I'm a licensed GC. Um, I have one already, bro. Slim Mac. Um, what dudes do, I tried to get him to come over there with me and rub elbows and shoulder with these people, but he just couldn't. He couldn't get that. You know how brothers be having that stance, that swag, that gang swag. I be like, bro, you got to you got to get out of that, man. In order for me to bring you over here, you got to get that persona, you know, that swag, you know, that's crazy, bro. And what I would tell myself when I was 19 years old, get the fuck away from that bullshit, bro, because I had a skill set at that age, bro. I wasn't stupid. I graduated from school, man. I had an education, man, and everything, bro. It was just like I was just being started. Looked at that fast money, man. Right, that's right, P Brown, right. That's right. They what they Black Lou, that's real, bro. They don't know how to do nothing. They don't know how to cut grass. They don't know how to change no tire. They don't know how to do nothing, man. They don't even know how to change a battery, bro. You know, I had to help like this lady and this young dude the other day. They battery, I gave him a jump, but the battery was dead. And I was like, man, just change the battery. Man, that little youngster didn't even know how to change the battery, bro. I gave him the tools and everything to change the battery. I was just sitting there watching him. He didn't have to do it. So I had to like walk him. I didn't do it for him. I just walked him through it. I wasn't gonna do it for him. I walked him through it, and he did it. Right, right. What's up, Keith Tom? What's up, brother? How you doing? Yeah, bro. I made that little youngster do that stuff himself, man. And I told him, I said, look, bro, how old are you? He was like 25. I said, bro, you ain't got no skills. He said, I said, bro, go to trade tech, man. Go. I said, what do you be doing all day? Oh man, I just be chill. I said, nah, bro. Go down there to trade tech, get you a trade, brother, on how to do stuff, man. Just go down there, bro. They'll what's up, Wolf? They'll teach you that stuff down there, bro. Yeah, he learned something. So back right. I wasn't gonna do it for him. I walked him right through it. I was pointing to it and walking him through it. I just sat there patiently. And just, hey, right, bro. You said, but where is the mentors, the fathers? The system is designed for the black man to be born into a broken home. Okay, you're right about that. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you what your boy Trump just did. You know what your boy Trump just did? And a lot of people ain't paid attention because it went over their head. The Section A, he take that away from the women in 2 years. If you're on welfare, he lowered the food stamps and stuff like that. What do you think the women are gonna do now? What do you think the women gonna do now, bro? Think you don't think the women's gonna mess around and go try to find dudes, men to be in the household now? No, they gonna work, but they're gonna need some help. So they're gonna go out there and get some men, and they're gonna bring them into the home, and it's gonna be a two-family home again. Why? Just what Trump is doing, and everybody is not paying attention to that, bro. They're not paying attention to that. That's what he has done, bro. He's telling them women, since y'all think y'all independent, since y'all want to do this and do that and do that now, how you doing that shit no more? Them women gonna go out there and get them some dudes, man. Watch. It's dating gonna be changed. Now it's gonna be a lot of fathers in the household now. It's just not gonna be just a woman, it's gonna be the father up in there as well. Because them women ain't gonna be able to do that stuff on their own, bro. They got 2 years. They got 2 years to get their crap together, bro. And if they don't, where do you think they're gonna go? Back home to their mama, living with somebody else on the couch, the kids, the house is gonna be like we was when I was growing up, when my mother came out here from Alabama, when she had me, out here, and she came out here with my sister, and we was in a house. It was like my auntie already had 10 kids. And then my mother had like me and my sister. And then if my other auntie was up in there, it's gonna be a house full of, just a house full of people until people get on their feet, bro. Oh, that's cool. But well, you know what, bro? But that's I'm just looking at, bro, the stuff that he's doing, and then I'm be honest with you, bro. For me, he didn't made it he didn't made it real, real good for me, bro. Yeah, I seen keep time. I seen Gumby videos. He said they gonna be home. They didn't traumatize the real men. That's crazy, right? That is, man. Yeah, a lot of sisters, man. They didn't ran a lot of brothers away, man. A lot of brothers they going outside the race. They getting with like Hispanic girls. They getting with the Asian girls. They getting with white women, man. That's sad, man. But that's what it is right now. They ain't gonna get no stud to help, man. I'm telling you, P Brown, bro. If you seen two women together, bro, that is a problem in the making, man. That's a huge problem, man. That's the man. That is just straight drama, man. That's not gonna help. That's not gonna help, bro. They gonna get men, bro. I guarantee you, man. They gonna try to. Why? They gonna. I'm telling you right now. They probably already got their notices. The food stamps is already gone anyway. You know. Used to winter is coming. So it's like they gonna find some dudes, man. They gonna get some act right. They gonna get some act right, bro. I guarantee you, they gonna get some act right, bro. They gonna get some, all this internet stuff they be seeing on the internet, and they trying to live their best life, and talking about what they bring to the table, talking about a man got to do this, a man got to do that. Mommy, you bring it to the table some used pussy and some kids. Okay, if you ain't got no job, you ain't got no. I'm telling you, if for a real dude, if a woman ain't got no job, if a woman ain't got herself together and all she got is some used pussy and some kids, dudes ain't messing with them dude women like that, bro. That's a problem. Because what them women do is, bro, they gonna try to drain you. They gonna drain everything you got going on. They gonna trip off you. They gonna be always bitching and shit because they miserable because they ain't got no money. Man, get the man. They gonna have to start getting their shit together, bro. They just ain't gonna be able to sit there and just drain a dude no more. Right? That's right, Black. Look, they be on some bull crap. I'm telling you, bro. Have you checked the black population lately? A majority of the brothers are incarcerated. Yeah, bro. I know that, P. Brown. They incarcerated, man, because a lot of them youngsters, man, they was raised by a single parent's mother, and they had that, them female attributes and female emotions up in them, man. Somebody can call them a bitch or a buster or a coward, and they'll go out there and kill somebody just because somebody said something about that. Called them that. And then when they get to the penitentiary, this is what I used to ask a dude, because I know a couple of dudes like that. I used to ask that dude, he said, man, I said, bro, why you in here? Oh man, that dude called me a buster, man, and I had to woot 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 woot. He was just putting on, and when I let him put on his like his he was going through his little rant, and I was like, when he got done, I said, hey bro, are you a buster? Nah, I ain't no buster. I said, did the man put his hand on you? Nah. I said, well, what? I said, dude, are you telling me you killed the man because he called you a buster? Yeah, man. I said, man, you the stupidest dude on the planet Earth, man. If you not no buster, bro, and the man ain't basically put his hands on you, dude, you done messed around and tricked yourself off the street for 25 to life behind a word that's not even you, don't even contribute to you. I said, now how you feel about that? I'm sure probably at least five when trying to tie me down. Yeah, bro, they be trying to, bro, they be dry. Hey, bro, they be trying to tie a brother down, man. He said the mentality is poison, and they pass those demonic ways down to their daughters. Right. That's right, Black Lou. That's exactly what they do, man. Cause their mothers be telling their daughters, "Don't take this shit as a man. For man, don't do this, and a man don't do that, and he ain't shit if he don't do this, and he ain't shit if he don't do that." Okay, that's why you don't got no man. Jinx Capone too. No, I don't know him, bro. I don't. How old is he, Tobias? Yeah, they pass that. They pass all that poison down to their daughters, man, and them, and it's crazy, man. It's cause these kids nowadays they so smart, bro. They pick up stuff so fast. They pick up stuff quick. And then I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. If the mother is bringing a dude home up in the house, what's up, Mike? It bringing a dude up in the house, like a different dude in the house every other month or every other week or every 6 months. The daughter gonna be doing the same shit. She gonna think that's cool, right? It's gonna be a cycle. That's why they be having like 4 or 5 baby daddies and shit like that. I know an Asian chick like that, bro. She was running through dudes, and I used to. She's my friend. She's my partner, and I was like, man, now her daughter is like in college, and I be following about her daughter on Instagram. Her daughter doing the same shit. Right, that's true. That Gumby said some real shit. Keith Thomas. I don't know why. I don't know why either. What's up, DC payroll? It's just different, man. Life is just different, man, for different people. Uh, Things are not gonna always be the same. Things are finna change. You're gonna need two incomes just for people to live. What's up, Vincent? It's gonna change for a whole lot of people, man, and the women got to get ready for it. How do I see the world coming in the next year? I see a lot of changes coming to bias in the next year. I see a lot of opportunities for the black. Um, I see that. Yeah, it was his reputation, man. But I see that the immigration is gonna get. It's gonna be to the point where people gonna be scared to come out. I see a lot of crime jumping off on their side though. On the immigration side, I see a lot of crime gonna be jumping off on their side because they're gonna need some type of money to feed their kids, and stuff like that. They're gonna need money to live. Um, I see that a lot of shit gonna change. People gonna lose a lot of jobs because of AI, machines and stuff like that. And I also believe this, man, in the next 10 years that this United States is gonna be like China, where like in China, everybody have homes and somewhere to stay out there in China, regardless if you're broke or not. They have somewhere to stay. And if you don't have a job, they get some type of fixed income out there. I see that coming out here, man, because technology is going to take away a whole lot of stuff. A whole lot of jobs. The wealth bracket is going to be the rich against the poor and stuff like that, bro. Yeah, he was both, man. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. Steve Thomas, he was both, man. He had one foot in and one foot out, just like he had when he was out here. Because I was there too, brother. And the brotherhood in there, brother, we was solid, bro. What's up, Black Warrior Spirit? What's going on, bro? Right, right. That it's already happening, Black Blue City. It's happening now. All that's going on right now. All that's jumping off right now. And that's just what that is. We're not gonna be able to get around that. I wear this mask, man. It's just like a trademark. It's a skit. I'm gonna start taking it off, but it's just something I do right now. Me and the brothers, man, we do this stuff and we working out or something like that. But I take it off. I don't have it on all the time, man. When I'm just on this thing, I just have it on. But you can if you follow my Instagram, if you look on my page, my YouTube page, you can clearly see what I look like. You know, it's a lot of flooding right now. So it's just a trademark, man. I wish I had one of the masks I should buy one with the whole head and just the eyes just right there. You can't see shit. But I choose not. That thing will be too hot. But when I work out, bro, like when we working out intense stuff like breathing and stuff, we have this thing that we put on. We have this and we have this thing for breathing treatment. And we be running, walking and stuff like that, blow our lungs out, man. We do like sprints a little bit, to get our wind up. Because when it's like when you training, even when I train with my stick, the stick that I have, I didn't got so good with that thing, man. A brother be in trouble, man, messing with me with that thing. It's like you learn stuff. Uh, it's doing 100 burpees a day and bike riding 10 minutes is good. Yeah, man, but don't do too many burpees because you'll mess off your you'll mess off your back. All right, able to have a conversation with Big U to help that brother before his fall. Now we have another broken home. Hey, I talked to him, bro. Uh, I talked to him, brother. I talked to him, man, a couple of times, man. Okay, well, you'll be all right then, Tobias. You've been doing it for 15 years. You've been doing it. That's cool. I talked to him, bro, and you know when I talked to him, man, when the stuff first came out between me and his case, I talked to him, and he was acting like, man, that it was no tension between me and him. Um, he was talking. We was talking. Basically was talking to each other like we had just left the block when we was 23, 24 years old, bro. Uh, and he was breaking something down to me, man, and I was like, and he was telling me he was hot, right? He was like, they owe me. He told me that, bro. He did tell me that. He was like, hey, Ed, they owe me. What's up, baby E? And I was like, for what? And he told me like for misappropriation funds and stuff like that, right? So, uh, yeah, sometimes keep timing. And then, and I told him, man, I was like, bro, look, uh, yeah, just like we left the block, bro, right? And I told him, I was like, look, bro, because I knew, see, when 600, when I first met 600, I used to know where he'd be at because he stay in my area, right? I never physically had met him, but I used to see him all the time because I used to, that's my area. I used to be walking out, working out, riding my bike or whatever maybe, but I used to see him. So I told Big U, I was like, look, bro, I'll come get you and we can go talk to the brother. Not on no brutality or nothing like that or anything like that, brother. We can just went over there and just squash that stuff or whatever it may be, and it would have been done like that. He didn't want to do it, bro. He had too much pride at that time. He was like, "Fuck that, man! The man fucked my name up," and I was like, "Bro, it doesn't matter, man. You said the man was a rat, bro. You can't call no if you from 60, you can't call nobody from 60 a rat, man. They will backdoor you over there, bro. You can't call if the man didn't do no rat, bro. You know, you just go have a conversation with him. It could have been just like that, bro. It could have been ended just that quick, man. He didn't want to do it. Do you believe sabotage was a part of his case? The system taking down black political figures all the time like that? Nah, I think he just messed up, bro. He had a great opportunity. He just messed up, bro. Now that AP Brown, that's the only thing that bothers me out of his whole case is that body. The other stuff I don't too much care about, man, because I understand he was trying to get some money. But that body, bro, as dudes be saying, like he's saying he Muslim and stuff like that, and in our get down, bro. Allah says killing one person is like killing the whole humanity, meaning that you don't know how great this individual will have the potential to be. You don't know what he could have turned out to be, or you don't know anything, bro. Because life is sacred. So that's the only thing that bothers me, man. Is the overheels in the 60? Yeah, yeah, the overheels in the 60. I don't think he was extorting that taco lady, man. I think he was humping. They said he was humping on her. Like I said, I read the paperwork, bro. They were saying the taco lady he wasn't extorting her, man. The taco lady was basically bringing. She had women that was prostituting or something like that. I think he had said he was extorting other people. That dude Dale, some other individuals, uh, some weed shops. It's a lot of people told on him, bro. Do I look out for his family? Nah, I'm not in connect. I'm not in connect with his family. Pre Brown, you know. What's the difference from High Park and Overhill? Nothing, bro. It's just the Overhills and High Park is just a different part of the neighborhood, bro. Ain't no difference. The fronts, the avenues, and to the hills. But if you want to go history wise, it was the fronts. It spread it to the avenues, and then the hood spread it to the hills. You stupid. You stupid, Tobias. I don't think he did nothing like that, man. You can't take, but he did when he dealt with them kids, man. He did a good thing with them kids, though, bro. Right. Yeah, they aging. All them people that told on him are aging for sure. His son is in the NFL. Pretty sure he's taking care of his mama. Yeah, baby E for sure. You know, that's what they supposed to do, man. When any time a tragedy like that happen, bro, the family supposed to rally around each other, bro. You know, that's just what it is, man. And you know, you can't you know, dudes, you know, I trip off dudes, man. You can't hold nothing against the man, wife, his family, his kids, his mama, his sister, or nobody, bro. You can't. That's like that's insane if you do that. You know, it's like if he done something that he wasn't supposed to do, bro, you can't contribute that to his family, man. You know, I'm sure they didn't know he was doing nothing like that. YouTuber, is it possible for you to get 600 unbanned so he can get his favorite? Hey man, YouTuber, he don't even need to eat them things no more, bro. Well, you know, Keith Thomas, well, you know, that's what it is now. Hey man, a lot of best of planners place his son there in the NFL, right? Your recollection was the first brother to get backdoor on because what's my NFL team? The Miami Dolphins. No sound? You got it now? Is it sound now? Can you hear me? 49ers is trash. Okay. Yeah, so you know, it's just that right there, bro. But other than that, yeah, because it's connected to my truck, so that's why it would happen. It you know, it only goes so far, then I have to turn the thing back on. I said the 49ers is trash, Sim Mac. They not gonna do nothing. They not even gonna get past the Rams, man. The Chargers will release his son because of his ongoing. Oh, you was hoping. Oh, wouldn't. Oh, he wouldn't. Nah, he'll be all right, bro. What you think about 600? Go at it with Munchie B. I don't know, man. You know, I think Munchie B. Can you start doing story times or members known as? Right, right. I am gonna start doing that, bro. I'm just gonna get monetized first before I do that. Uh, look, I think Munchie B. I talked to Munchie B. One time. You know, Munchie B. Him and my family is connected. I ain't gonna tell y'all how, but his family and my family is connected. Um, I think Munchie B just made a mistake about saying that 600 was up in there with some police officers, uh, like intentionally, you know, like he was going to meet them or something like that. I think he misspoken like that. So it's like, you know how this YouTube space is, man. When dudes have something going on and they just go at each other. But me, I don't have time for that, bro. No, I don't think it's tarnished, bro. Yeah, if you want me to come up there, this dude right here. Oh man. Damn, somebody just had a. I wonder who lost that fight. Grid participation was attacked. Also asked Aki. Munchie dad is someone named Pebble from 8-9 Family Farm. I know who his daddy is, bro. I know who his father is, man. His father married to somebody in my family. I know exactly who his daddy is, bro. So the thing is that, like I said, man, it's just like, man, I think he just misspoke, bro. You know, that's all. Oh, that urban plate is cool, man. But you know, if you like, it's cool, man. But usually, I just go in there and get like a It's they got like healthy food up in there, salads. They got everything up in there, bro. It's like health. It's like healthy type stuff. They don't have a lot of like unhealthy stuff up in there. The drinks are not unhealthy, but it's always I always go there, bro. I always go in there and get that Caesar salad. Either I'll get like with salmon, or I just get it plain with some egg, like some boiled egg or something like that. You can get any type of meat with it, but I usually go in there and get that. It's pretty cool, bro. You should check that out, man. It's right down the street from you. You know where it's at. I don't know him, bro, so I can't. To be honest with you, bro, if I don't know you, I can't really speak to you or speak towards a brother, man, that I don't know, man. With dealing with Munchie, I can't, bro. I don't know that brother like that, bro. Like I said, he's connected with my family, and I know that, and I know who he is. But he just doing his thing. He's a YouTuber now, and I view him as that. I view him as being disabled. So what man would do something to Munchie B, man? You don't get no stripes, man, doing something to Munchie B, bro. Yeah, you get that. Yeah, D, he check that salmon out. That salmon be good, bro. That's that Boosie barbecue though. He sell that. He Munchie B with T. He's super. Maybe so, man. He's doing pretty well, man. He's doing pretty good, man. Hello. He said, "You've been a Muslim, when the brothers are backsliding. Big you was not humble and thankful for the blessing of Allah which gives him." That's right, P. Brown. He wasn't on his square, bro. His facts speaks by himself. Brother watch everything he made on the last year on the internet. He's a real life bust just like that. Oh, that's crazy. Why you attacking Munchie B, man? Munchie B is Munchie B is blind, bro. So man, come on, man. The man is blind, man. The man is disabled, bro. When a man look, bro, let me tell you like this, bro. I don't care if you was a gang member or not, or a soldier or whatever they may be, bro. When you are in a group like that, brother, and you become disabled, you're really not a part of that stuff anymore. You can't really do too much of nothing like that no more, bro. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing no more, bro. So I don't view Munchie B. Munchie B says he's from Inglewood, okay. But me viewing him as one, I don't view that, bro. I view that brother as a member, a disabled member that he can't do nothing, bro. You know, and he still just representing himself. But him being in the field, he can't do nothing, bro. Yeah, I agree with you though on that, bro. Sometimes I think we all is a failed member, bro. To be honest with you, bro. Anytime you become a member and you go to jail, you become a failed member, bro. Anytime you do anything, brother, to the point where you take chunks of things about your life, you become a failed member, bro. The thing is that when you be failed at something, you get back on your horse and try to do something else, bro, and make something else better. Oh yeah, P. Brown, he got his full attention. I'm talking about full divided attention. Right, but he's not a threat anymore. So I don't even know why dudes be tripping off Munchie, bro. Dudes just need to just chill out, man, bro. It's like, brother, when you's a gang member, bro, and you think you gonna that's what I'm saying, bro. Brothers, what are you gonna gain in the long run by being a gang member, bro? What is the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate goal, man? Can I take my reputation and go to the bank and cash it? No. Can I take my reputation and go to the hospital and say I'm hurt or I need this done? I can't take it to the dentist. I can't do nothing, bro. Right. Membership is a failure altogether, bro. Right, exactly. Hey, Keith Thomas, that of course. If he, yeah, of course he is. Right. You learn and you start doing positive. That's exactly what you're right, man. You learn from your mistake, bro. You learn like I said, we're not infallible, bro. We go through shit in life. If I never went through whatever I went through in life, that's why I use my own self as an example. I'd never be the man I am today, bro. You know what I'm saying? My mentality, the way I think, the way I view things. I'm not treacherous like that, bro. I'm not out to try to kill nobody. I'm not a pessimist and all that shit, bro. You learn from that shit, and then you look at yourself in the mirror like, man, that was fucking stupid. I used to kick myself in the ass, bro. Every day in that penitentiary, I was like, man, because I felt out of place. I was like, man, that shit is stupid, man. I should have never did that shit. At Black Blue City was still stupid. It was dysfunctional family. He said, but you came. And I DOE on the same place and after years in the area. Right, 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 right. That's about homicide right here. I don't know if the kid. I don't know if the '60s killed his brother. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like I said, I don't. He said 21 years of marriage. If I stayed over there, I wouldn't be. It would never happen. That's right, little T dog. T dog, you did the right thing. You got the hell up. See, you know what, brother? Let me tell you something, man. It's a lot of brothers, man, in Carson, United States ghettos. I don't care where they from. East Coast, Hoover, Compton, Watts, 60s, the Huster car, the rolling car, the gangster car. Do you know how many brothers, man, that walked away from that shit? Do you know how many people that walked away from that stuff, bro? I can't. You're right. I can't. Black. Look, I know about all of them too, but You're right. I can't. Man, there's too many of them because it's like this, bro. It's more dudes over there that been demised in that section by the hands of the brothers over there than any enemy. Right, brother. I'm just saying, bro. Brothers walk away from that shit, man. Brothers walk away from that foolish stuff, bro. You got to walk away. At some point, man, you have to be saying, okay, man, I'm tired of this shit. That's when love don't make no sense. Yeah, it's a natural trend, bro. Right. Right, right. Ain't nothing wrong with that little T dog. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. So it's like that's what I'm saying, man. It's like brothers need to basically, applaud brothers that walk away from that stuff. And then you have other brothers, man. I know a lot of brothers, man, try to come back and give back and try to enlighten the youngsters before that, before walking down that trend. I'm gonna tell you what another thing that's a problem. If you got to do with a nonprofit and he used to be from a section and he's still with the gangsterism or the husterism or the gang mentality and he's around the kids and he bring the gang members around his kids. That's a bad look because the kids see that. They look at that. They look at that. They pay attention to that. You know, dudes come up, what's up, homie? Dudes come around, what's up, homie? Throwing up, you know, the neighborhood and all that type of stuff. Them kids pay attention to that. 9 times out of 10, if them kids don't go to school or get on the right track, they become just like the people that they're around, bro. Tell you, man, that's why you got to be careful, man. When you walk away, bro, you just walk away, man. You don't have one foot in and one foot out, bro. You don't have none of that, man. I see a lot of brothers, man, that did a lot of times, man. I did the neighborhood Pyru's blood come about. They branch all to the neighborhood cribs. Nah, they was always neighborhood Pyru's, bro. Always. Ain't no branch off, no Crips, no. Um, it's a lot of brothers, man, that I seen. Some of the not all the brothers, but some of them, if you can't remember, who was like the homies or homies that brought you into the set and who introduced you to the section. And nobody introduced me to that section. I stayed on 10th Avenue. I didn't introduce myself to that section. I just started coming outside, hanging out with them. Right, right, right. Keith Moss, you was crazy for doing that, bro. That's right, little Tito. Like I see brothers coming home now, man. It's like a lot of brothers that come home that went to jail when I went to jail, and they missed a lot of that era. And I see them when they come home. They got jobs and everything, but they had every function, every hood function, hood days. They had all the funerals, all the gathering. I'd be like, damn, man. And I be thinking, I'd be like, damn, bro, they don't even pay attention. Who I hang out with, I hang out with the Muslims, bro. uh, yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was real low, bro. It wasn't, man. It wasn't no homicide rate like that. Period. But like I was saying, man, I see brothers still hanging out, and they still be in that element where it's something potential can happen. If you guys get to just what I'm saying, something can happen where somebody will see something or the enemy will come by and see all these old heads down there, and they'll just say, "Oh man, that's such and such." If you've been in the pen, bro, and you've been representing that neighborhood, and you go up back out there, and you still hanging out with them dudes, even though you're old dude, old head or something like that, they'll chip you. You said, "Oh, wait a minute." You do a segment on all the back doors that took place in the 60s or an individual. Nah, I'm not gonna do the back doors, bro, because that's a can of worms, man. I'm not gonna never open because it's a lot of open cases. I'm not gonna never speak on that. I speak on the ones that's adjudicated, yeah. But the ones that open, you'll never see me talk about that. Thing is this: if you can encourage your friends to engage in self-destruction behavior, you ain't no good friend. Yeah, that's right, bro. That's right, Wolf, for sure. I hung out with a lot of people. Oh shit. Here we go, Don the DP. Oh man, that's crazy. Shout out to Black Sam. That's the kind of smart guy who kids should be inspired. Yeah, Black Sam is good. Black Sam is a hustler, bro, for sure. You think Loose Cannon get a chance of coming home? I don't know, man. If he tell like the way he's supposed to tell, he gonna come home. Shit, man, that dude Loose Cannon gonna do everything he can to get up out of there. How can you feel like some of the G homies getting knocked off by young homies like Mad Ronnie from your section, Jimbo from 20H, Lil Bob from John? Yeah, bro. That's sad, man. I used to see Mad Ronnie, man. I'd be like, bro, he's older than me, and I was like, man, get away from that shit, man. He just didn't do it, bro. To this day, a red rat still trip on me from the county to the pen and on the streets. For me being active in my teens to the late 30s. I'm 50 years old now. It is still a dang, damn, Killer Moss. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man, you got to get away from that stuff, man. It's like, dudes, it's crazy. We're going to put Loose Cannon on the groove. Y'all can have it, man. Hey, man, I'm telling you like this, man. If that dude come home and anybody mess with him, they crazy. They got to be out their rocket ass mind, man. Yeah, man should have been left. Still up. I'm like, damn, you that what's the brother name? What's that brother name? Kid of Moss. He said it's still up. I said, man, that's some deep hatred, bro. If a man still hates you, brother, after 50 years, after 40 years, that's some deep hatred, man. What did you do to that man? Did you kill somebody in his family or you did something to him? Very slow. Slow. He knew how to fight. Um, smoked a lot of sherm. Yeah, I'm good, bro. Big, you didn't do nothing, man. That was a lie, bro. Y'all know that was a lie. Yeah, a lot of people respected Big U. You say I started a war between the PDLs and the ECCs in the county in the early '90s. Yeah, they probably want to kill you for that. A lot of dudes' mind don't develop after doing all that time. They still think they can make money and kitty cat, and they miss instead of elevating. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. You know why dudes' mind don't develop inside the penitentiary? Because they don't do shit. They don't study. They just sit back and they don't do nothing. Now, just imagine they having a tablet all day, being on the phone all day, calling people all day. They don't go outside. They don't work out. They don't do shit, man. They don't do a damn thing. In order for your mind to develop, man, you have to read, write, study. You got to contemplate. You have to think. You got to do all that type of stuff, bro. As many brothers that are locked up and have passed from the '60s, the neighborhood has not changed, and it's not. You're right, Pete Brown. That shit ain't safe. Never been safe. Oh man, here we go. Don the DP with the bullshit again. At the end of the day, the streets don't have love, but family, right? They smoke spice in jail. Yeah, man, they killing that spice up in jail, bro. They killing that spice up in that jailhouse right now, bro. They man, that spice, man, they making so much money off that spice up in there right now, man. It's crazy, man. Don the one said we started the cripping on my side. Facts. Okay, brother. You just cripped out. You just yeah, they got spice up in there, bro. You ever heard of an allegation of Big Snoop, aka Fred Red? Yeah, he done that, bro. He done that. Allegation. He done that for sure. He did it a couple of times. He told on my brother in them case, and he told on this youngster up in there doing life right now. He done that for sure. But that dude, he wasn't no he ain't no punk though. What my views on high power in county jail? It was hey bro, I ain't told y'all that man. Big Snoop from where? He's from '60s. Yeah, he told on Lil C. Yeah, I know. I talked to Lil C. Um, hey man, high power man. It was all right, man. You was in the cell by yourself, bro. It was me, Crazy D, and these other dudes. This brother, this BGF dude next door to me. This dude used to get up at 3 in the morning, bro, and do burpees all the way to 6 in the morning. It was a dude next door to me, man. That's why I started that's how I learned how to do burpees because of him. And it was the Mexican mafia's up in there, bro. I remember, bro, me and Petey Wag was up in there and we went on a visit. All right. And the Mexican was on a visit. It was another Mexican was on a visit. And they had a hit out on the Mexican mafia had a hit out on one of the dudes in the visit room. Man, that dude came out his handcuff, bro. Had a knife about that long. Man, the dude was sitting. Me and Petey Wag was like here, and the dude was in the middle, and I was right there next to him. Man, that dude got the welling on that dude with that knife between me and Petey Wack, bro. Me and Petey Wack stood up. You know how you stand up and your hands still be handcuffed to the damn thing? And me and Wack looking at that thing, man, looking at that shit go down, man. That dude smoked that dude right in front of us, bro. I'm talking about smoked him. That's right, Victor, he was. I'm talking about smoked that dude. And when he smoked him, he just gave the knife to the police and put his hand behind his back and went back to the cell. And and you know what he said to me? He said, "Hey youngster, that's how it's done." I was like, man, shit. Yeah, that happened in high power, black Lucy. That happened in high power, bro. I think he got the death penalty for that, bro. He was already fighting murder. I think nowadays, man, people is not doing too many crimes because of the cameras nowadays. You know, they don't have time. They people don't want to go to jail no more. That dude Gumby on the internet he try to be gangster after 50 years. That's a shame on him. Bad example for the kids for sure. If he caught dude like him around kids, you stupid. He why y'all on Gumby, man? Leave Gumby alone, man. Gumby talk bad about cousin Carrie. Well, man, if cousin Carrie was up in there being a booty warrior, man, that's what he was doing, bro. You know, we talk bad about Devil, the boy he killed. Devil was a booty warrior. We talk bad about Fat Rat. We talk. Be honest with you, bro. All the brothers that wasn't a part of that booty bandit crew, we talk bad about all them dudes, bro. You know, we just was keeping the book. That stuff was frowned upon, bro. He says cameras stop the homies from getting at the Bebop Watts. Yeah, man, cameras need to stop everybody from getting at somebody, Kenneth Moss. You know, so that's just what that thing. That's what it is, man. You know, the cameras are a good thing, man. To be honest with you, great minds talk, discuss ideas. Average mind discuss events. Small mind talk about people. That's right. What if they do? Y'all call them mooks. He said chicken swoop. I think I know chicken swoop. I think I know chicken swoop, bro. But you know that. Be honest with you, bro. A lot of that stuff was frowned upon. Using drugs was frowned upon. Uh, yeah. Have you ever ran into Tadao? Who's Tadao? Nah, I ain't ran into no Tadao. It's a lot of stuff that was frowned upon, bro. You know, when you're dealing with that gang coach, I'm gonna tell you what the gang coach will teach you, brother. When you first start dealing with, um, they teach you. Yeah, I think I do know Tadao. Yeah, he's from Great. Yeah, I think I know him. Yeah, Lil Doc. Yeah, I was with. Man, I'm telling you, I was me and Lil Doc was in the cell, bro, together in the 4800. Me, Lil Doc, and Lil Sad, and we watched this brother get. Heard this brother get raped one night, bro. We all looked at each other. We was all young. We was like 18 years old. We was like fresh up in there, bro. We all made a pact with each other. We was like, man, them dudes come up there and mess with us. We gonna kill them. We all had knives. BCC is not what the. Yeah, you had some, bro. You had some coaches with that bullshit, bros. So you had somebody from every section with that bullshit, man. So you just can't say that not one section never had that happen, man, because that's a lie. You know. So that's just what that was, man. But all that stuff was frowned upon, man. But like I said, man, the gang culture, what the gang culture do, brother, is It just basically tell you how to stay down, not run. It tells you not to tell, and that's it, and that's all. And that's right there is your reputation, basically. It don't teach you how to uh be a family man. It don't teach you how to look out for your comrades. It don't tell you to how for their families. It don't tell you to look out for their wives. It don't tell you none of that shit, bro. It don't teach you none of that shit, bro. You said you got that SC hat? I got a lot of hats, bro. I got this one. I got an SC hat. I have a bunch of them. I have some UCLA hats, man. It doesn't matter. I just like to wear hats, bro. It's like if it match my clothes, I get it. The St. Louis hat. I don't care. I don't know about the logos for the gang culture type stuff. That wasn't out when I was out. I just we just would, like wear hats because of the gear. That's something new. You get DP for being a bandit on you probably do right now, Kenneth Moss. You probably do. You probably get yeah. Them coaches don't man. You know one thing about them East Coasters, man. They don't tolerate a whole lot of bullshit, bro. They be having their shit together, bro. Look at Don one. You ever ran the Ronnie Bam? Yeah, I know Ronnie Bam, bro. Come on now. Hell yeah, I know Ronnie Bam. Gummy need to stop. Who was for that in jail or through the street? Please don't rock the Los Angeles Rams hat. Go line. Nah, I don't rock that hat. I only rock my in NFL. I only rock the Miami Dolphins hat, bro. I don't rock no other hat. But like in baseball, my team is the San Francisco Giants. I have a bunch of them hats. I had the San Francisco hat on one day. And I ran across one of the brothers, one of my old brothers from the section. They was like, "Man, why you got that hat on?" I was like, "What do you mean?" "Oh, that's a Hoover hat." I was like, "Man, get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. I'm gonna wear what the hell I want to wear, man." Dudes be, man, I don't know why be dudes be like, it's like crazy, man. Clothes is clothes, man. Where I'm at, we don't care about all that. In my Busterville hood, we don't care about all that. We wear anything and everything we want to wear. You know, yeah, Barry Bonds and Mark McGuire era. Yep. No, I don't have one of them hats. I don't have one of them hats on purpose. Hey, Tobias, I don't know where they got that from, bro. Uh, I don't know where they got. I don't rock with the Lakers. I don't rock with the Dodgers. You Raiders, okay? That's what your team, Kenneth Moss. I'm sure you from LA, so I'm sure that's normal. That's like a normal LA person type team. Which that whole little script you just put down. You ain't see me with no orange on. Nah, bro. Clippers. The Mac Clipper, yeah. My boy Sammy Sosa. Do you experience racism over there? Sometimes I experienced that shit yesterday. A little racism yesterday. I had to check her though. Yeah, I eat watermelon. I got an NH hat, bro. Unfortunately, I got a couple of them. I got like 4 or 5 of them. I never had no S hat, bro. That stuff wasn't out when we. I'm telling you, keep time. That stuff wasn't out, bro. When we was going out, that was some new stuff, bro. I'm telling you, man. Man, we used to have like Florida. We used to like have college stuff on, like Miami, Florida, um, UCLA, USC. We just had gear on. We didn't care about that. That didn't mean nothing. I don't know about that, man. I think Lil Mom got killed before that S hat came out, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I had a gray one too. I have a gray one too. It's like you said you bought a cold. Oh yeah, I have a gray one too. What about the golf hats? I never wore them either. I had hair back then, so I didn't wear it. I didn't wear too many hats. Yeah, I had a starter jacket. Yep, I had a starter jacket. Now they did have starter jackets back when I was growing up. The brothers over there in the section used to wear the Sixers. They used to have them Sixers jackets. Yeah, I had a Jerry curl back then. Yeah, the Raiders hats was deep back then, right? I'm Orthodox on Wolf. I'm Idnar Shari. I'm Shia. Yeah, I had that too. I got a picture with me and F Bone. I got a blue flag on my head. Me and F Bone. You don't see that picture on my page? We had given away 58 and West Boulevard today. Where were you? Hey, where I was in Busterville, Don the one, the Don the DP. I told you, brother, I stay in Busterville. So if you was on 58 Boulevard, 58 and West Boulevard today, giving a giveaway, I was over there in Busterville, brother, having me a good old time over there in Busterville. Where's there more shooting? It was everywhere, bro. Shooting was everywhere. It didn't matter what side, the east side or west side. Have you ever heard of a Jerry curl getting someone caught up? Yep. Man, a lot of people had Jerry curls getting caught up, man. A lot of individuals. He said, "Follow the drip." Okay, if you, look, Don the one. You was back to the community. You must got a DP yesterday because they found out you was on my live, so they told you to come over there and give out to the community because you got a DP. Dude, if I know that Benzo from 60 ever got out, he was a lifer back in the 90s. Oh, you talking about that Benzo? I don't know, bro. How tall was F Bone? F Bone was short. F Bone always been short, man. I think F Bone like 5'6", 5'5", 5'6", or something like that. I'm thinking about it, man. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, man. The boy Don Juan got DP'd. He had to go over there to give out some food yesterday because he was talking to the general of Busterville. You was on my live yesterday, so you had to go over there and get DP'd and give out some. What else did they do to you over there, man? Yeah, I know Banker T, bro. I know all the Banker T's, big, little. I ain't no baby. You know, this dude Don the one, he up in here talking all this higher power shit. And he got DP. They made his ass go over there and give out some damn free food today. All the G's come in shape, forms, different shape, forms, and size. Yeah, Don, he's a troll, bro. Slim Mac, yeah, I know he's a troll. He come in here trolling every day, bro. I don't mind. He can troll, man. Yeah, 501. He got that 501 treatment today. They would no, he didn't get the 501 treatment. Time he came over there and they told him they slapped him upside his head like pow. Yes, you can't take nothing away from Petey Wack, bro. He do funny shit in the penitentiary, but out there on the streets, he was with the business. No, I ain't never met Easy. Was Baby Stump from Overhills, Shelly, many moons ago. I don't know Baby Stump, bro. I heard about him. Shit. He said the trolls came out. He came out at night, and the trolls come out at night. Yeah, yeah. They always come. He's a king troll. Don the one. He said he run the section. He's a joint over there, and no damn where he got DP. He got slapped in the back of his head when he went over there this morning. They slapped the back and kicked him in his ass and told him to go over there and give out some food or and some stuff over there like that. It was a lot of them, brother. Morgan, it was too many of them, brother. You just can't say no top 60, brother. It was a bunch of them dudes over there, bro. You just can't do that. I would never answer that. Yeah, I'm gonna repost that. It's on my other page, but I just disactivated. But once this page get finished doing its doing, I'm gonna start reposting everything back on that page over here because you can't find it no more. But I have it, so I'm gonna just start reposting everything that I had on that page. I'm just gonna bring it back over here, like slowly but surely. This dude down the one. You just like trolling, man. What time it is, man? It's 10:56. Hey, Don the one, you don't have no woman, huh? You don't have no girl, huh? It's a Saturday night. You know, you ain't cuddle up with no girl, or she must be bleeding or something. You used to stay on Wilton Place across the street from Iceman. What? That's right, bro. That's what's up. Deep Holly, Bob in the 80s with Duke from 66 was hitters in the 890s, but the 80s was basically all Savage. How did the 40s take over the four trades? Hoover. I don't know how they took that stuff. Well, I was gone when they did that, brother. Because when I was coming up, man, the 40s was like a handful, bro. We used to have to protect them dudes in that county jail. You related to PD? Like, yeah, free the brother, man. I don't wish jail. I don't wish jail on that brother, man. Free that brother, man. Alhamdulillah, free the brother, man. You know, he just knew the need to do the right damn thing. I don't wish the man in jail. I got him. I got him, powerhouse. Maybe I'm not sure if it's true, but yeah, you wasn't feeling PD Wack. I was with him in pit. Uh, yeah, I wasn't, man. You know, me and Wack, bro, we got a history where, I come from Carson, California, right? So, when he was in jail, I came over there and I became, I moved over there in '82 with my sister, and I came off in '83. I came off the porch, but when I came off the porch, man, I came off the porch, man, like full throttle. And he used to hear about me in YA. So some of the brothers from Carson, you'd be like, man, we know Eddie. Eddie, you stayed over here. So when he came home, and I met him when he came home, I thought every time I thought about PD Wack when I first met, I thought he was like some 6'5", what they was talking about. He was like 6'5" and all that shit. But when he came home, man, I looked at that dude. He was skinny, little, short, and I was like, huh? And then uh, it just like me and him just never got along, man. And then when he brought that dude Nutty, they brought that dude Nutty around there. It just was like instant, like we vibe in the same space, but it was like, man, nigga, fuck you, because they brought that dude around. Iceman is a goon. Is a real goon. I don't have nothing. Like I said, Morgan, I don't have nothing bad about like I don't take away from that brother Crippen, man. You can't take away from that brother Crippen, man. Man, that brother had like a personal type relationship, beef type of thing, man. But other than that, I don't take nothing. He's a joint for sure. I'm not taking nothing from that brother like that, bro. Yeah, the 40s are huge now. The 40s and based around took over, man, like that. Then you got any Keita Rock stories I heard the name was just as Keita Rock was more serious than a lot of them dudes over there, bro. I don't know what dudes be thinking about, man. Keita Rock was more dangerous than a lot of them dudes over there, bro. You know, dudes don't be trying to, give dudes they credit, man. Uh, but Keita Rock, shit, that, I didn't even let me shut up, man, because that boy Keita Rock, man, shit, you know, he was. And I bet he just humble as pie right now, because he been down educated and probably thought about it like stuff, man. You know, you just change with time. Babyface was a joint. What about Lil Feat stabbing Took? Was Took considered ETG? Nah, man, I don't think so. That was some personal stuff, man, dealing with Took trying to tell Lil Feat what to do to one of his own peoples. A year or two ago, 600 in a video with Iceman from 40s. I know. I talked to Iceman. Ice call. I be talking to him, hollering at him sometime. Shicer was a joint. Shicer, Doe Eyes, Mel Rock, um, Lil Rock, Ace Frat, all them brothers was drunk. I'm telling you, man, brothers was joints over there, bro. I don't know about dudes. You just can't exclude nobody, bro, because everybody was with the fuckery, bro. Jay Stone, all them brothers, man, you can't exclude nobody from over there, man. Dudes was over there, man, doing what they was doing, bro. But dudes and just messing around and got wiser. Shicer's so laid back right now. You couldn't even tell. Yep, little lunatic. You couldn't even tell who Shicer was, man. Shicer's so laid back, man, and so square looking now, man. It's crazy. Down to one. I must be scared of you. Nah, I'm not scared of you, down to one. I just know that you gonna get in trouble because your homies and messed around and found out who you are, and you on this internet popping it. You stayed on Firm Rock. What side of Fern Rock? On the west side or the east side? Damn, Victor. Big Bob was really tall. I think Big Bob was like 6'5", 6'4", 6'5". I know I was a joint man. I just don't speak on dog. You know, I know my reputation, so you know, yeah, it's too big. You can't. That's right, Morgan. You don't even know everybody over there. You're right. You're absolutely right about that, bro. Hey, Link, you stayed on Firm Rock. Well, what side did you stay on? The side with Jamel Holloway, or you stayed on the other side, on the west side? Yeah, on the women's side. That's what Jamel and them. That's the side I stayed on. On Gladwick. I was a Wick boy. I was stayed on Gladwick. I was a Gladwick boy. So you should know about that. You know, I don't know how old you are, but we was Wick boys back then when I was growing up. You know, like dancer type dudes. We was the first ones fighting the Cabbage Patch over there. Nah, man. Coach, I said you was a joint, so that's all. Yeah, Cody Scott, man. That nigga's Cody Scott, man. Jamel is from San Diego. Man, shut the hell up, down the one. Yeah, old Cody Scott, man. Old monster, man. Right, right. Yeah, man. You're right, Rolf. That stuff, man. That's because, man, they think that stuff they glorify that shit, and you can't glorify that shit. That is real only to a certain extent. I don't know about that. I don't know about the. I don't know about that, Morgan. If he started that, hey Wolf, that's it's only real to a certain extent because they don't tell you about the difficult and dangers that comes with that. They don't tell you about the bullshit that comes with that. They don't really tell you what hurt them. You know what I'm saying? You know, dealing with that type of situation, man. They don't tell you about the back doors. They don't tell you that the favoritism, the selective politics. They don't tell you about all that stuff. They don't tell you that it's a if you get away from that, you can have a better life and all that type of shit. They don't tell you that stuff, bro. They want you to be shackled behind certain political policies and politics, and they want to use that against you so they can kind of like they can control you, so to speak. So that's what they do, man. It's like a mental game, man. They be like, cause it's like this. If you going, it's like I'm gonna say, for instance, like I'm gonna say it like this. Little, oh yeah, that back then it would have been on. Yeah, you got to see it for yourself. But look, bro, it's like this. If you in, yeah, I know Sidewinder. If you is in a section and certain dudes don't like one of your homeboys in that section, they will brainwash everybody they can against one dude, bro. Against one dude. And they'll brainwash them to the point where they'll try to get somebody else to act on or to do something to that one dude that they don't like. They want you to hate the dude that you don't have no problem with. They want you to go against the dude that you don't have no problem with. They want you to unalive the dude that you don't have no problem with because they don't like that person. And that's what they do. It's like a mental type game, man. Right, 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 right. You think that what happened to Lil Looney? No, that's not what happened to Lil Looney, bro. He said that's how it should be. You stupid, man. Last time I talked to Lil Feet, man, it was about a year ago, bro. I don't know if he still have my number. I sent word to him. Yeah, I tried to warn them dudes about that dude, bro. I don't know why they didn't listen. The swap meet, it wasn't that dangerous, bro. When we was going up in there, we ran into a few dudes up in there, man. But it wasn't that dangerous, man. It was dangerous though, but it wasn't that dangerous. You're running to anybody in that swap meet though. Even to this very day, you're still running to people over there. You almost 50. I heard of the Wick boys being over there. Yep, I heard you name being locked up with Slowpoke. Oh, you retract the message. Hey man, that's man. What do you mean you surprised it's still around? That's lost to swap. I mean, you know how much money it generates over there, brother, inside the United States ghetto, bro. I don't think Mac don't know Lil Feet. Man, that's lost to swap meet, man. It generates so much. They don't give a shit about no gang violence up in there, man. They'll get you up out of there. They'll close that sucker down for a few hours and open that sucker right back up, man. Don't man, that's a ghetto fabulous like man. Man, that's why me, bro. Do you know how much money go through that swap meet, bro? All these hood dudes, man. All these ghetto fabulous women. Oh man, come on, man. I don't know if any black workers up in there. I ain't been up in there in ages. I ain't been up in there in like 34 years, bro. I ain't been up in there. But it generates so much money. When I pass by there, man, it's just a lot of cars and everything, brother. During the pandemic, man, that sucker was open, man. The lines was everywhere. Dudes up in there buying so much stuff up in there was crazy. You from the SOS, okay? All right, there. Yeah, you from car seat. See, a lot of people don't know about the US SOS. That. Yeah, I know about that right there, bro. Alhamdulillah. You haven't been because you can't. That's what I mean. Oh man, this dude here, man. Now we never talked down on the South, bro. Shit, we come from the South. I know my family did. So what the hell? I'm gonna talk about the South. My daughter's in Texas. Our families come from the South. Um, Shit, the hell we gonna talk about down about the South for, bro? We come from that. Damn near everybody, family and culture come from the South, so we can't talk about behind down on the South. I know I just came from out there from Alabama, and they still got the in Selma, Alabama, they still have the street light lines is still on like a line, like hanging, and I was like, what the fuck? They ain't upgrading nothing out here. Ace Capone from mm, Ace Capone from V&G, right? Not Brown. Yeah, they still on lines. Yeah, Ace Capone from V&G, brother. He's not from Brown, I don't think. Yeah, I see Ace Capone sometimes. Yeah, I used to run into him. But shit, man, like I said, man, I used to run into a couple of dudes from V&G, brother, but it wasn't really no funk. It was like, it was really nothing, man. It was like, just certain, you run to certain dudes. I used to run to some of the Inglewood family brothers. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't no smoke. I knew them from being from Inglewood. They knew me from being from over there, but it really wasn't no smoke because I'm telling you, brother, we wasn't even the energy wasn't there like that. Now for the brothers now for Lil Looney, he couldn't stand them food over there at the top of them dudes. Every time I was with him, man, we run into one of them dudes, man. Man, they used to run from Lil Looney though. Six Dude Harbor Park, the hardest Browns. Yeah, there was some hard Browns back there, bro. Them dudes standing on business, man. No, I didn't know him. Yeah, I know a lot of people from Do Rock. Size of a parking lot off the side. Right, right. You're right about that. You need to post videos, EBs, the good, the bad, and then the right, and the same. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that, but don't worry about that. Oh, it's all right there. The pool right there. I seen that lady today. She did. How you doing? Hi. I just looked at her and kept walking. You can't believe it. Come on, you better believe it. In Alabama. Hey, remember that I went to Alabama and Selma. You remember that bridge that they did the march over? I used to walk across that bridge. That's where my family stay at. And I could just imagine how many bodies was at the bottom of that river down there. Hey, Rocky County, they had man. I don't even think they had that park secure like that, man. Man, they used to go up there and be having. We used to go up there and have meetings in that park, man. They used to be nowhere around, bro. They wasn't deep like that, bro. But like I said, man, you got to take your hat off to the Damus, bro. Back in that era, bro, for sure. And if any crip tell you otherwise, other than that, he's lying. Them dudes, them dudes used to go through hell, but them dudes will stand down, bro. Nah, he wasn't. Nah, bro. He wasn't no Debo like that, bro. He wasn't. Bro, I don't know why dudes think he was praying. Now he wasn't praying. See, he was a part of our group, bro. So he wasn't praying on nobody like that, bro. That's a lie. He wasn't doing that over there, bro. That's right, HD. They was outnumbered bad. You had to take your hat off to them, though, man. You got to give them their props, man. And see, some dudes don't keep it a buck, man. I be hearing some of these stories, man, and how dudes be trying to put themselves on a pedestal and put everybody else down on a lower stool. And I'll be like, man, you got to keep it a buck, bro. You got to give dudes credit when credit is due, man. If a dude is a joint, dude's gonna stay down, and dudes are gonna be to the point where they are men, because we all black and we all have that up in us. So you just got to call a ball, and strike a strike, bro. Yeah, just imagine that, bro. He said, "MT, they be hating. Yeah, they be hating, bro. I don't know, man. You just gotta give dudes their credit, bro. It's not hard to give a dude their credit, man, because you got good dudes on both sides, man. It doesn't matter if you. I'm telling you, but especially in the penitentiary, bro, it don't matter if you a blood or crip, bro, up in there, bro. That shit is out the window. That shit's out the window, man. You gonna get to know everybody, even though you from different sets. If you from an enemy set, man, you gonna get to know these dudes. I'm talking about you gonna get to know these dudes, bro. I don't think I ever lost a fade. I got jumped a couple of times. No, I don't think I know. I don't know Pumpkin from IFG. No, I don't know him. I know a couple of them brothers, man. I was locked up with a lot of them brothers, man. I know Peanut from Swan. Hey, yeah, in prison, man. In prison, bro, your worst enemy does become one of your best friends, bro. I'm telling you, that's how I got close with Crazy D. That's how I got close with a lot of down moves. And then once you get into a space, man, up in there, bro, yeah, I know Chipmunk from Hoover. Little Chipmunk, yeah, I know him. Um, brother, you guys become each other protectors up in there, bro. So all that like the shit we be seeing right now, like in these YouTube streets and dudes be going at each other, brother. You don't have none of that shit up in there. You don't have time for that shit, brother. Survival of the fittest. You're gonna protect each other. You're gonna feed each other. Yeah, you black, bro. It doesn't matter if you're black now and feel it. It doesn't matter, bro. You black, bro. You black. And it's like so on the yard I was on. We had agreement with the Crips and the Bloods that if the non-affiliates got into a situation, or the non-affiliates and the Christian got into a situation, uh, um, they had to come through us, the Muslims, because you know how the Crips and Bloods get. They catch a prey, they gonna prey on them dudes. So we had to make sure we had to stop that, man, so the brothers wouldn't get trampled on up in there. It was cool. Do you remember any Samoans you were locked up with? Yeah, yeah, I remember a lot of Samoans I was locked up with, man, brother. Some of them was Crips and some of them was Bloods. Some of the Samoans, I don't think it was too many Carson Samoans up in there, man. But the ones that I did know, I went to school with them because I went to Banning High School. I graduated from Banning High School. So you got to understand. I went to Broadacres, Curtis, and I graduated from Banning. I went to Carson for one semester. Hey, Big Pooh from 40s. I haven't seen that interview, Keith Thomas. Keith, yeah, yeah, that would hey, Keith Moss. That would Kelsey keep. Kelsey used to say that in the county all the time. Um, so the non-affiliates go through prison with good paperwork. They good, bro. We don't approach them right away. We just don't let nothing happen to them, bro. That's our motto. You said want to be particular. What was your done for obvious reason? Was in jail, turning Muslim, or just the age you felt regret? Or nah, bro. By me coming to Muslim, bro. I'm gonna tell you, bro. I got to a point where I got tired of coming to the yard. The homies is in so much bullshit that had nothing to do with me. They ready to go to war over $10, over all type of bullshit, man. And then I just felt out of place, bro. So I was just trying to find my way, and I just started reading and studying, reading and studying, reading and studying, man. And I just found my way, brother. That's why I became a Muslim. If I got a flick from the feds with me and Spec and Lil Waco. That's right, Tito. It seemed like the Crips were doing the thing in the 80s, but then the SOS scene, they turned up, started pushing online. What is the SS? What are you talking about, SS, Rocky? Boxer? The only boxer I knew was Lil Banker, but he's not he trained he he was boxer. I think boxer turned Lil Dice. I don't know, it's something like that, man. One of them dudes, they ain't no boxer. He changed his name. Nah, he I was never approached by them brothers, man. Oh, you said the Southsiders? Oh, okay. Um, I was never approached, man. I was up on the orders in 4800 not to um even indulge in none of that, bro. It was like a thing that we had before I went to the pen, that the brothers are older than I was at that particular time. Even though you had dudes from the 60s, a part of the CCOs, but brothers in my generation, we had came into agreement that we were just gonna be 60s. We weren't gonna be up under none of that paperwork. Yeah, man. Man, I love man, Slim Mac. I know a lot of the Long Beach brothers, man. Solid one. Yeah. I know your boy Gaither, Willie Gaither. I know Willie Gaither. I know Sneak Loke. I know a lot of brothers from Long Beach, man. Ed Loke. I know a lot of brothers from Long Beach. What happened to Lil Feet? Tried to escape out of prison. I don't know about that one right there, Keith Thomas. The Southsiders just got Super Bowl. I was wondering when they started pushing that line. Man, them Southsiders wasn't pushing no hard line up in there, bro. Them dudes couldn't deal with us up in there, bro, at all. I don't know. I don't know about now, but when we was up in there, man, we would run through them dudes, man. Who you say gave me my best squabble? Man, I don't know, Powerhouse, because if I took off on you first, it was a wrap. Cause I didn't do a lot of talk. You know how dudes be jaw jacking? I didn't do none of that. I just used to take off. When dudes just start talking shit, I just used to take off. I know Reggie Mo. Yeah, I know Reggie Mo. Of course I know Reggie Mo. Motormouth was a general CCO. Yes, he was. Did the Northern stand with the blacks? Yes, they did. On certain occasions. But I hear they don't do that no more. Yeah, man, we held our position, man. Them dudes didn't want to see us up in there, man. We was stupid, man. All them damn Crips and Bloods and all them ignorant ass gangbangers, man. We would tell that, man. We would tear them yards up, man. I don't know who killed Raymond Washington, man. Hey, but hey, YouTuber, we was nah, bro. Them dudes weren't pushing no line up in there. They said the Southside was terrified of blacks in the prisons. Yeah, bro, come on, man. I don't know about y'all listen to cartoon. He'll tell you. Them dudes, man. Come on, man. We wasn't playing no games up in there, bro. In the 80s and 90s, the 2000s was different. It might. I don't know, bro. I went home in 2008, so it may be different after that. But I know that when we was on them level fours, bro, nah, them dudes didn't want no problem. They say it was Lil Feet, Roscoe. No, Jack. Why are the Crips in the Bay Area beef? Only sometimes the Crips in the Bay Area beef, just sometimes, bro. But other than that, everybody got along, bro. The blacks got along, period. Especially on the level fours in a structured area, they all got along. You know how to move in political opposite. That's why the creators have fucked up these YouTube streets with the cover they keep. You deserve to blow up. Yeah, man. I'm not. I don't. All that drama and all that stuff. They can miss me with that, man. Dudes, I watch dudes talk about me and I laugh at them because they don't even know me, bro. I think they be talking to dudes that don't like me or something like that, which I don't care, man, because I just seen a dude call me a crackhead, a fag, a buster, a rat, and I'll be like, yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit, because I know me, and that stuff don't penetrate me. I know that dudes be want to, go back and forth with dudes and stuff like that, but they never get that out, man. I don't give a shit, man. You say, when you locked up with the blacks, and so wild and the Southsiders stood down for the 90s to 1996. Yeah, I was locked up. The blacks was so wild. Right, man. They always, man, come on, bro. We used to run through them dudes. Man, we not scared of them dudes, man. Ain't nobody scared of them dudes. Come on. I was a Muslim independent functioning as far as racial line. We was with the blacks, bro, because the majority of us was black, bro. Now, if they had brothers if we had Muslims that was um other like Asians or something like that, if the Muslims get into it, whatever side we rocking with, that's the side the Muslims rocking with. But we don't, what we didn't do is you got to come to us with some. Don't get us in a war over no bullshit. You had to come to us with some valid type shit to bring us into something. We don't care about the Crip on Crip stuff and the blood on blood stuff and the Crip and blood. We weren't gonna get in none of that. Even though we had like Muslims that was used to be Bloods, Muslims that used to be Crips and stuff like that, we didn't take no side, brother. It was a demarcation line, brother, that we didn't cross, bro. Yeah, I ran into them brothers, Victor. Yeah, they deeper now. The Mexicans are way deeper than the blacks now, bro, for sure. Yeah, they way deeper right now, bro. Of course. Back then they wasn't. Yeah, righteous one blacks ain't never been scared of no Mexican, man. I don't want to hear that shit, man. That burns me up, man. We weren't scared of the Mexican, we weren't scared of the black, we weren't scared of the whites, we weren't even scared of the police, bro. We weren't scared of nobody up in there, man. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, little brother. It's like a lot of brothers felt that they wasn't coming home, bro. Until 20 years later, a lot of brothers felt that they weren't coming home, man. You had all that energy, all them young dudes running around there with all that testosterone going around, bro. Man, brothers was out there, man, up in there doing some stupid shit, bro. Yeah, they turn up when they have when they you outnumbered, they gonna attack you. But when they don't have numbers like that, they're not gonna attack you like that, bro. I don't know about that. I think see the Southerns and the Northern had their own little thing going on. So a lot of Northerns they couldn't be on the main line like that, bro, unless they was like on the lower levels, like the lower twos and lower ones and stuff like that. They was deep down. The Northern was super deep on the level twos and level ones. Yeah, I heard Big E was supposed to be coming home. A lot of them brothers coming home, man. It's a lot of them brothers coming home, bro. All right, man. I got to get up out of here. I got to get on this road, man. All race and coexist in prison, offline and respect and brothers. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen in a minute, man. This was gonna happen in a minute, bro. Pay attention to this. I guarantee you, the Hispanics is gonna have to change their political politics rules in the penitentiary and outside the penitentiary because what's happening now, they being attacked by the same element that the blacks were being attacked with in the 80s and the 90s. Watch what I tell you, bro. Them dudes gonna mess around and make an alliance with the blacks because they gonna feel they gonna need the blacks, brothers, to stand up against a whole lot of bullshit that's finna come down the pipeline. I guarantee you that they're gonna change their political politics up in the prison, and they're gonna change their political politics up LAPD and all the PDs and all that type of stuff. They gonna, cause they got a lot of people work for them people, bro. Watch that politic thing change. They watch. They gonna change their politics, bro. I guarantee you, man, because they're scared and they're gonna see they're gonna need some help, and they paying attention, brother. That they not really like that, bro. So watch, bro. Watch what I tell you, man. They gonna change that stuff, man. And the next 4 years is the most dangerous time for them right now, bro, because them people is not playing no games with them, bro. The streets are empty, bro. I'm talking about they empty. They empty with these dudes. Watch the political politics change. We're not their enemy, bro, and they gonna figure that out, bro. Even though they came over here, they don't like a lot of us, bro. They're gonna change their perspective like at the drop of a hat, bro. I guarantee you, man. You brothers have a good night. Assalamu alaikum.